Hey guys, how's it going? This is TK Pryor coming at you with the intent to help some people. And for those of you that are in the money business, I thought I'd take the time to spell out what you always hear, because I think a lot of people, for some reason, they don't do independent research and they don't do independent study, but that's my specialty. So when I come to you with different commentary, it's based on the studying that I've been doing and the interpretation of such study. So you always hear in the money business that the greatest wealth transfer in human history is taking place right now. Well, what does that mean? Let me break that down. So here's a different perspective on the industry terms. First of all, what you have to understand is when you look into history, it gives you a point of reference and an idea of where we're going in the future. So the historical point of reference for wealth transfer is that every time money loses value, it never dies. What happens is it ends up being transferred to another medium. And when the devaluation happens in the money that's in everybody's hands, the money that's in mass circulation, it gets devalued. Then the value, or I should say the appointed system of money, gets transferred to another medium, and the secondary medium gets revalued. And that revalue creates a spread, a difference in price or difference in value between the decreasing mass circulation and the 1% held new money, alternative money system. And the spread between the old dying money system and the new money system is the wealth transfer. So I want you guys to understand that when we say the greatest wealth transfer in human history, it's because a lot of people have the dollar and a lot of people don't have the alternative money systems that have been created. So what you have to do to participate in the wealth transfer is acquire the alternate forms of money. That's what I do. That's what I specialize in. I have two alternate forms of money that I put my current money into while it still has value. So I really want you guys to understand that. I really want you to see that the physical wealth transfer is money being moved from one medium to another medium. I don't think anybody has broken it down like that before, but I want you to understand the fundamentals of what exactly a wealth transfer is. So in order to participate in it, you have to get out of the dying medium and then you have to move to the lifeboat of the new medium. I try to break things down in layman's terms, and I try to not use economic words because that tends to scare people, and that you miss the point of people understanding what they need to do. So the easiest way to save yourself financially in this paradigm shift that's taking place right now is to get out of paper. Paper is backed by a governmental promise, and the nature of the American dollar is the faith and confidence in the United States government. Now, your confidence in the government may be very strong, but the international market's confidence is actually shifting. Okay? And what happens is when you reach a critical statistical level of faith and confidence being lost, then it ripples. Okay, so now is the time. Time is actually critical. You don't have a whole lot of time to think about this and say, I think the dollar is strong, and I think I'm not going to move my money out of the dollar. You don't have a lot of time. You really need to acquire Bitcoin 2.0, which is an alternate form of money called cryptocurrency. It's the US dollar without the paper. It's actually just a serial number. So it's a digital form of money that's encrypted, i.e. the term cryptocurrency. And the other option that I recommend that I'm actually using for myself is gold currency. And when you say gold currency, what you're actually saying is gold that's formatted, minted in a usable format that's easily divisible, transfer, and exchanged for money. So that doesn't mean normal bullion from your typical bullion dealer. What that actually means is ingots, and I use a high security ingot that is minted in a user-friendly credit card, because credit cards are easily recognizable and easy to transport, and the security features behind the credit card mounting allows added security. Whereas some ingot dealers issue plastic mold, and the ingot sits in a plastic mold, which eventually falls apart. The more you use it, the more you transfer it, you know. So there's a difference in gold currency, all right? So those are the two alternate forms of money that you should get out of paper and get into gold currency and cryptocurrency. I always try to suggest that you contact me so that I can show you what I've done, but that's a personal choice. I can guarantee you this: for the people who refuse to get out of paper money, you're gonna wake up sometime here in March and find out that the value of the money that you currently have has changed. Sort of like what happened in Cyprus, what happened in Greece, what happened in the Weimar Republic, what is happening in Brazil, what is happening in Venezuela, what happened in, well, currently happening in Japan, what happened before in Cuba, Argentina. So that's what I'm talking about in terms of a historical point of reference, in terms of where we've been and where things could go. But you don't have to choose to fail. You don't have to hold on to something that's decreasing in value until it's at zero. They say that all fiat money eventually reaches its intrinsic value, which is zero. So you have a personal choice as a free-thinking individual over 18 that's considered an adult in America. So if you are an adult, then you have the ability to think. Not everybody has the same ability to accept the same concepts, but you can hold on to the fiat currency, which is known as the dollar, until it reaches its intrinsic value of zero, or you can protect yourself and your family and your future by switching to alternative forms of currency that is asset-based. Hard asset-based currencies is what I label as alternative forms of money. And if you switch to asset-based currencies now, before the intrinsic value of the currency you have reaches zero, then you participate in the wealth transfer. So I hope this clears some things up. I hope you guys understand it from a different perspective. I broke it down in a way that a lot of people assume. They just say, wealth transfer. And then they don't say what the road to get to that wealth transfer actually is. So I just showed you what the road is.